Good afternoon to you. This is Joel Carmany, the president of Consolidated Label Company in America. I'm here with him at Labelexpo today. He's been sitting on one of our converter panels and giving his information, and now he's about to go off and visit the show and have a look around at the exhibitors. Can you tell us why or how long you've been coming to the Labelexpo shows?
I've been coming to the Labelexpo for the last 28 years, actually. So every other year, so that's 14 expos. So
that's a pretty long time. That's almost as many as me. I've been coming to all of them since over that years. How useful have the shows been to you over the years?
Well, I think twofold. Number one, it tells you what the focus of the industry is and kind of where things are going. And then secondly, you have a lot of contacts with the key people in the companies you deal with, and you make contact with them. And then thirdly, what's the next thing I'm going to buy? What is it, and what are the features and benefits? And I can compare against the competition and come up with a plan coming out of the meeting.
So in terms of your company, what are some of the key things that you tended to be looking for in terms of investment to grow your business?
Well, we entered the shrink sleeve market about 3 years ago, so now we want to go wider. Be able to be more competitive in some of the higher volumes. So we're looking at a wider film press. So that'll be one of the things I'm looking at. Also looking at more inspection equipment with the systems to detect problems. And we have several of them now. We want more. So we're looking for what's the best bell and whistle on the market. And third, continue to expand our digital. And is there anything better than what we have now? Those are the questions we'll be trying to answer.
Well, there's a lot of machines out there to look at to tell whether there's something better. It's certainly evolving very, very fast and very, very quickly. I hope you're going to have a very good show, and I hope you find what you want and that you've got big pockets, plenty of money to spend on all the equipment and machines there. But
there's always more.
Of course, yes.
Money,
yeah, sure, yes. But have a very good show, and perhaps we'll catch up with you again later in the week.
Thanks very much,
Joel.
Mike.
Thank you. Pleasure. Hello, I'm Mike Fairley, and I'm here to interview Tony Heindl of Repacorp Corporation. Tony's the president, and he's here at Labelexpo to join in some of our panel discussions, and also to have a look around the show in terms of new investments and equipment. Perhaps you can briefly explain to us how many years you've been coming to the show?
I've been coming to the show now for about 20 years.
20 years, that's a long time. I'd say it's probably as long as I have. And it's been instrumental, I hope, in growing your business over the years?
It has been. I mean, every other year, we look forward to coming to the show. And it's unbelievable the amount of new technology that's here. And what a better place to come to find it.
I think the first show we did here, there was about 120 exhibitors. Now there's over 500 exhibitors, and covers almost every aspect of the business. Are there any particular things that you're looking for this year at the show?
We are. We're looking to see what's new in digital. Currently we have 3 digital presses, and we just want to see if there's anything maybe that's a little bit wider and faster on the market. We're also looking at getting into some of the shrink film, and looking to see what's available and equipment-wise for that.
I've been quite impressed with what's going on in the world of digital, and particularly in terms of inkjet technology. The quality and performance with new heads and new inks is tremendously enhanced to what it was even 2 years ago. So I'm sure you're going to find some interesting things out there. But you're looking at UV inkjet, particularly, presumably?
Yes, we are. Currently we have the EFI inkjet, and we'll stay with that, but we just want to see if there's any new presses that are on the market, and we've had a lot of good success with that technology.
Well, EFI sort of used the ZAR heads. There's probably 3 or 4 others here with ZAR heads who've got different inks and so on. So I mean, but a lot of it's very similar. But no, I was talking to EFI this morning, so they're quite enthusiastic as well.
Oh, I bet.
Any other particular areas?
That's probably the 2 main things that we're going to be looking at, yes.
Well, I hope you find what you want. There's certainly a lot of digital presses out there to go and see. We've got the digital laser die cutting workshops as well, which you might find quite interesting in terms of adding value. So have a very good show. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again during the week. Pleasure. Thank you. Well, hello. I'm here at Labelexpo in Americas with Armar Chhajad of Webtech. He's the director of the company, and he's travelled all the way from Mumbai in India to be with us today and to join on one of our global converter panels. How long have you been coming to Label Tech shows now, Armar?
I've been coming to Chicago to the label show since I believe 2000. Yeah, so I've attended quite a few shows. Yeah.
You also come to the Brussels shows and the Labelexpo India shows as now.
Well, India, of course. I mean, I have been there because we are primarily our business is in India. But for us, participating or attending a label show in Brussels and Chicago is something which covers everything for us. Yeah.
And there are things here that you don't see in Brussels at the show. I think there are a lot more small booths here with interesting innovation things.
I think the US show is always been very attractive for me personally. I mean, even though very few Indians are seen here, but I can see a lot of smaller unique innovations which are typical to the American industry, and these guys are seen only here. So this is something which can add value to our business in many smaller ways, and it's really very interesting. Yeah.
You're an Indian company, but your business is sort of focused on global branded products that sell around the world, so you have to match global quality and performance outside of purely India. You've invested in digital and other technologies. What are you particularly looking for now?
Well, we are not. In terms of presses, we are looking at buying a few more conventional presses, yeah, but maybe more higher end with more automation. So this is something which is more desired, where the reliability of the press is higher and the reliance of the person who is running the machine is lower. So you don't need to depend on a very skilled operator to run a press, and that's the most critical thing we are looking for: a press which can give a result in spite of anybody who's running it. So that's very important, yeah.
I think a lot of your work is in the pharmaceutical business. Does that mean you're now sort of getting into brand protection, security features in your products? What sort of things are you doing there?
Well, brand protection, yeah, anti-counterfeit is the biggest challenge to the pharmaceutical industry, and for us, pharma is more than 50% of our business. So anti-counterfeit is on top of our mind, and it involves a lot of things that you can do in the printing process and in the materials, in the inks, in the technology that you can use. So it's a multi-pronged strategy, and we try to be ahead in most of the things, and that is also part of what we will be looking at in Chicago. Yeah.
I think there's a few things around the show that will be interesting there. I'll let you go and get off and visit the show. There's a lot to see, but thank you for talking to us, and I'll catch up with you later in the week. Thank you. I'm here at Labelexpo, and I'm talking to Iban Cid, who's the president of a label converter company in Spain called Germark. Iban has been joining one of our converter panels here as a speaker, and he's now about to go off and look around the show and look at the equipment and machinery. Any particular things you're looking to come and see at the show?
Not for presses, but we will look at the automatic vision systems for the slitting and rewindings, and have a look as well to the inkjet technology for digital.
Yeah, I think inkjet's moving very, very fast. It used to be relatively simple with one or two machines, but there are now 30 different machines out here covering water-based UV and LED curing systems. But any particular types of things you're looking for?
Well, first, UV inkjet. Yes. UV inkjet for people like Stork or Durst or Effigetrion. Yeah. We want to follow deep that technology because I think it's an alternative to HP that we already have at home.
You've been working with digital for some years now, various experience of different applications and markets. So are you looking to create new markets with inkjet technology or expand on existing markets?
Expand on existing markets and gaining productivity and cost, reduce cost, because we analyzed the digital runs that we have done with the HP, and we have realized that only 30, maximum 40% of the others needs the quality printing of the electro ink. So the other 60% could be printed in a cheaper technology. You know?
I've been very impressed with some of the things that inkjet's doing in terms of industrial labels and on printing on metallized materials and plastics and so on. And I think there's a lot of potential. So I'm sure there's going to be some things out there that are going to be interesting to you. I hope you have a good show. We'll catch up with you hopefully in the week later on. But have a good show, and thank you for talking to us.